Hi everyone, today I'll be doing a simple walkthrough of the OSticket system. Alright, so this will just be moving forward from already installing it. So this is some of the post-installation configuration steps, and these will be the main features of the OSticket that you could be familiar with. So to begin, the major pages that you could be aware of, the admin analyst login page and the end user portal, right? So the admin analyst is where you log in and you will be able to select the tickets or see the tickets. And here in the end user, this would be where they might create the tickets or submit their tickets. So this would be for the end user, and here might be the help desk personnel who see the tickets and engages with it. And next, we could look at the system panels. So within the admin analyst login page, there are two panels, agent and admin. So let's click on admin, right? And here you would be able to configure settings for the backend, etc. And for the agent, this is where you would see the ticket. So this might be the help desk user, and they would be able to see and work the tickets on this side, right? Next, let's look at rules. So rules are grouping things together and giving permissions to certain people. So you'll be able to define permission sets for system agents. So let's do an example. For example, the Supreme admin. Let's go to the admin panel, agents, look at rules. And as you could see, the different types of access user could have based on their role. For example, let's look at limited access and the permissions they have compared to someone who might have all access, where we see their permissions, they have everything available. So let's try to create a role, add a new role. Example, let's call them a supreme admin, and the permissions, let's give them everything. Tasks, they can assign task, create, delete, knowledge. Right, so let's add this role. They have everything, right? And it's available now. Next, let's look at departments. So departments would be like acting as functional groups that house specific agents and handle related tasks. So routing them based on help topics or rules to ensure the right team addresses the right issue. So let's go now to admin panel agents and departments. So admin panel where there agents and departments. So we could create an example department of sysadmins, a new department. So this will provide structure for agent access and ticket visibility. So let's say sysadmins, right? Keep it active. So the default, right? So we haven't created any admins yet. Sysadmins, let's have that as created. Now teams. So teams are useful in cases where you might want to create a group of people who are all from different departments. So let's go to agents, teams. In this case, let's create an online banking team. So that could have different members, from different departments in this team. So let's create a new team, online banking. We haven't created any agents yet, but we could assign them to this team after. Create team. Lovely. Next, we could set user creation and access rules. So this would control whether the public could create tasks or not, where they would not need to be a specific user to create a ticket. So let's see. So we'll go to admin panel, agents, right? Here, agents, admin panel settings, user settings, admin panel settings, right, user settings, it's supposed to be users, right, so that's unchecked, so we don't need them to register and log in to create a ticket. All right, next, let's add system agents. So agents would be like the workers. For example, if someone was working help desk. So let's go to agents. Oh, we're in agents. So the settings are done for agents. But here, add new agent. And in this example, we'll have Jane and John. Jane, call them do. Jane at, I don't know, let's say outlook.com, and the username would just be Jane. Set password. Now we'll have a simple password 1. You don't need them to require the password change at next login, so let's set. That's fine. Jane do, Jane at outlook.com. Everything seems fine. Let's have this person in the sysadmins department and give them supreme admin access. Right, create. Nice. Next, let's create John. Call him John though. John at Outlook. Just giving fake email.com. John, and for his username and his password would be, I'll keep the same password 1 and don't need to require change on next login. Set. But in the real environment, if you were creating these accounts for someone, allowing them to create a new password when they sign up or log in would be ideal. So let's put John in support and his role probably limited access. We do a few things as support. Great. Next, so if these are the ones who might be working tickets, Jane and John, Karen and Ken could be the end users. So these would be those who submit the tickets. All right. So we will go to admin agent panel users and add new agent panel users. Let's add a user. So let's say Ken at Gmail. These would be Gmail users. Just creating a fake Ken Kennington. That should be fine. Full name. Do we need to put a password for them? Should probably have this somewhere. Let's leave this in a notepad. Ken has been created. Add user. Great. And similarly, let's create so Karen at gmail.com and it'll be Karen Linton and add user. Let's keep this somewhere safe. So we have Ken and Karen. So 2 users who are in our system that could submit tickets, right? Even though we have it set that you won't need to create an account or log in, but we have these 2 here. All right, so we have end users. Now we could configure SLA plans and SLA service level agreements. So that's how long the company can decide or take to respond to a ticket based on how damaging or impactful it is. So let's go to admin panel, then manage SLA, admin panel, manage SLA. So for the service level agreement we shall make, let's create a new SLA plan. Let's call it SEV1. So SEV1 could be very serious, like an emergency. So someone would need to respond in an hour. They'll have an hour to respond or try to see how best they could deal with the ticket. And they could have the schedule 24/7. All right. So that would be severity 1. That it's very serious. Add plan, could add severity 2. So it's serious, but probably not as serious as severity 1. So they would have 4 hours to respond, and this would also be 24/7. Look at this. And finally, severity 3. So it's serious, but it's not that damaging to the company. So we could have the time frame to Monday to Friday. 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So within working hours. And let's add this plan. And then finally, create help topics. So this would organize ticket categories used by end users. So we can go to manage and help topics panel, manage help topics. So this would be easy categories, and then someone could put under certain tickets. All right, so let's add a new help topic. Example, business critical outage. In that case, right, that would be a report a problem, right? Could add that as a topic. Let's add next one. This one is quite common on help desk as well. Personal computer issues, so that might be report a problem. Help topics, equipment request. That might not be as serious, so that might be under general inquiry. We could label it as that. Password reset is very common in IT help desk. Password reset. That could be reports, problem, access issue. I'll leave it as report a problem. And finally, other anywhere. Nope. So we'll add that as well. Other. This might be a general inquiry. Great. And that would be the major areas to look at for the OSticket software. So I hope you was able to gather some knowledge from it and that it benefits you. Thank you for watching.